Jai Hind everyone. So in this video we are going to discuss an question from ICSE Java class 12. The question says, and I read it out for you, that you have to accept an integer and check whether it is circular prime or not. And also the new number formed after shifting of the digits should be displayed on the screen. Now let me explain what this question means. This question means you have to take one integer, say for example 113, the user input, and you have to tell that if this number, that is 113, is circular prime or not. Now what is a circular prime number? A circular prime number is a number in which you try to make all possible combination with the digits present in the number. That is 113. What you do is shift 3 in the forward, and then the number formed is 311. Then you shift this 1 forward and the number you get is 131. Then you shift this 1 forward and the number you get is 113. So all possible combinations, if all of them are prime, then the number that we are checking is circular prime. If any of the possible combination is not prime, then that number is not circular prime. Now how we are going to do it? Let's do it. So see, 113, other example we can take is say 17. 17, what are the possible combination of numbers that when we can make from 17? It's 71 and 17. And if you check, 71 is also prime, 17 is also prime. That's why this number 17 is a circular prime number. If you want to take other examples, say take example of 1 2 3. Okay, so the possible combination that we can have is 312, then we have 231, and then we have 132, 123. Okay, now you see that it ends with 2, that's why it's not prime. So 123 is not a circular prime number. Okay, so this we are going to do. Now how we are going to solve this question is, first of all what we will do is we will devise a method, and that method will do we will name that method as circular numbers. Okay, and this circular numbers, what this will do is this will take an integer, say anything, this integer is n, this will take and it will return an array of numbers. Okay, an array of numbers. So what I want to do is, say somebody inputted 123, then this method circular number should give us an array consisting of 312, then we have 231, then 123. So what we are aiming to do is, user can input any number and we will give him all the circular numbers that can be made with that number. Okay, how we are going to do is very easy. See, what we are getting to do is, say suppose I have got 123, and what I want is I want to shift this 3 forward. Then what I'll do, I have to find the unit digit. Here unit digit is what? Unit digit is 3. Now how we get 3 is very easy. You take any number and divide it with 10, and the remainder you get is the unit digit. Okay, so if you do 10 divides 123, then the remainder you get is 3 and the quotient you get is 12. Okay, now with both this help, this we get by this, and how we get this 12, it's also easy. We divide it by 10 and we get the quotient as 12. So this shifting, that is 312, how we get 3 into 100 plus 12. Now one by one, how we are getting this 3? We use remainder operator and divide it by 10, thus we get this 3. How we get this 100? This is little bit trickier. This 100 we get by 10 ka power 2, and where this 2 come from? This 2 come from number of digits. How many digits this number have? How many digits this number have? 1 2 3. So 3 minus 1 is 2. So we do this and we get 3 into 100. Plus what we need to do? Plus we need to do is num divide by 12, which we got 12. And this way we are going to do what? We are going to shift the number. Okay, so from 123 you will get 312. After this 312 you will get 231, because what you did, you shifted this 2 in the forward, and all the remaining integer. Okay, my system is lagging. Yes, and all the remaining will what we will do, we will shift this 2 in the forward, and the remaining 3 will be shifted backward. This way it will work. Okay, now let's go to our code. We will take a we will make a new class named circular prime. Okay, so I'll write circular prime. Sorry, yes, circular prime. I'll put one enter here, and then we will open this, expand this we don't require, delete. Let me reduce the font size. Okay, yeah, this should be sufficient. So all the method, in fact I'll keep this method, I'll delete everything else. So I'll do this. Okay, so this is it. What's our method name? Our method name is circular numbers. What does it do? It takes an integer, and what does it returns? It returns an array of integers. Okay, so this is it. Now what we'll do is we will form an array of integers. Okay, so I'll write int array symbol and then name this. I write it circular nose. Okay, and then new, and then what will be the size of this array? The size of this array will be the number of digits in this integer y. So let's make an variable length, and which will contain the length of this this number. So int length equals to, what I'll do, I'll use integer class and use a method of there known as length. Okay, so what I'll do is, see, I'll write integer dot to string. It will convert it into string. Convert what? Convert this number that we have y into string, and then we will use length method to get the length of the integer that we are getting. And what will be the size of our array? The size of our array will be the length of this integer, the integer that we are having. What this cnos will do? Cnos will hold all the numbers that are possible. Okay, so two things we have done. Now what we will do is we will run a for loop. Okay, so I'll write for, and this for loop can start from anything. Say it will start from 0. Okay, not 9, 0, and it will go up to the length. Okay, after that what we are going to do is I plus plus. So our for loop is ready. Why I am running this for loop? To get each possible combination and store it in the cnos array. Okay, so let me put the body here. Yes, tab. So I equals to 0, I less than length. Now what I'm going to do is I will make one new number which will store the number after shifting. So I will say new no. Okay, so it will be new number, and what I'll do here is I will store nothing in front. After that what I'll do, the same thing. First of all I'll find the unit digit, so I'll write int unit digit equals to, and how I am going to find the unit digit? I'll divide this n by 10, and the number that I'll go get is unit digit. This is saying error. Oh, because our number's name is y, so I'll write y here. So y divided by 10 will give you the unit digit. Okay, after we get the unit digit, what we'll do? We will do this. I'll write new number equals to, and what we are going to do here is we are going to multiply our unit digit by 10 ka power length minus 1. So I'll write math.pow, and what I'll do here is I'll give here 10 comma len minus 1. What I'll do is, say if your number has 3 digit, then it will do 10 ka square. If your number has 4 digit, then it will do 10 ka cube. If your number has 2 digit, then it will do 10 ka power 1. Okay, and then that it will multiply that into unit digit. Okay, now what I'll do is it is showing some error where incompatible type double to int. Okay, so math.power returns double. What we'll do is we will convert it into int, so I'll write int here. Now what I'll do is I'll add in this new number, so I'll write new number plus equals to new number plus equals to, and what I'll do, I'll add what I'll add n divide by 10, so that all the remaining numbers are added into it. Say for example, I'll give you how it working. So this is it. Now this new number formed, what I want to do is again I have written n, it will be y. So what I'll do is I'll store this new number into the array. So I'll write what is the name of our array. It's cnos. In this cnos at ith index I'll store this new number. After this new number is stored here, what I'll do is I'll update my y with this new number. So I'll write y equals to new number. That's it. And this for loop will go on till the number of digits. So control D doesn't work here. Delete works maybe. And then what I'll do, I'll return this array. So instead of this, I'll return our array, which is cnos. Okay, so this happens like this. Now let's test if this works or not. And for testing, what I'll do is I'll make this thing as static. So public static int, and I'll save it and compile it. Let me see if I get any error. No error. So let's test if this works or not. I'll do this and I'll give it 1 2 3 4 and see what it returns. So what it is doing is returned. Okay, get, enter the name of the new object on the object bench. Okay, so see, the length of our number that we gave, what was the number we gave? We gave it 1 2 3 4. So the length is 4, and it has returned an array containing 4 elements. And what are those 4 elements? See, at the 0th index we have got 4 1 2 3, at 1th index we have got 3 4 1 2, at 2th index we have got 2 3 4 1, and at 3rd index we have got 1 2 3 4. So this one is working. Let's try it once again. Let's give it a smaller number, see if it fails there or not. Say I give it 17. Now you know what output should be. The output should be 71 and 17. So I'll get OK here and I'll inspect. So the length of 17 was 2, and two numbers it had given us. Has given us 71 and 70. Okay, so this way you can write one method. Okay, after that what I want to do is I want to check each of this number that we are getting. Say if we gave 17, we are getting two numbers, that is 71 and 17. I want to check if 71 is prime. If 17 is prime, I want to check all of the numbers. So for that what I'll do is I'll write one method name is prime. And what that is prime will do, let me write it. I will write public static boolean. It will return true or false. Okay, public static boolean, and our method name will be is prime. Okay, and what I'll give into is prime is I'll give you n, and let's write this quickly. So first thing first, what we will go do is I will declare an boolean named flag, and I'll keep true in it. Then what I'll do, I'll declare one variable named count and initialize with 0. Then what I'll do, I'll run a for loop. So I'll write for, and I'll run this for loop from 1 to less than equals to that number that we are getting, I plus plus. Then we'll check if it is getting completely divided by all the numbers. So I'll write if this number that we have it gets divided by I and the remainder is 0, then what you will do, you will do count plus plus. You will increase the count by 1 each time it gets divided by some number. You increase the count by 1. Okay, so this is it. After the whole run, what we are going to check, we check if count is 2. So I'll write if this count double equals to 2. If this count is 2, then our flag is true, else flag is false. Okay, now what this logic is, this logic is that prime number gets divided by, let me show you on the board only. So the logic that we are using is, say 17 is there. This number 17 is only divided by 1 and 17. So number of divisor it has is 2. So any prime number has number of divisor as 2. If any number, say example 6, so it has divisor as 1, 2, 3, 6. It get divided by all of these 4. So number of divisor is 4. So if any number has number of divisor greater than 2, then that number is not prime. And if number of divisor it has is 2, then it is prime. So we are using this logic here. Okay, so flag equals to false, flag equal to true, and then what I'll do, I'll return flag. So our is prime method is ready. Let me go back, save this code, and let's try our is prime if it is working or not. So I'll go here, compile it, then I'll use this is prime, and what I'll do, I'll give it say 2. 2 is a prime number, so we should get true. Okay, so I do 2, I get true. Now let's test. I'll give it 6. 6 is not a prime number, so I'll give it 6, and I'll do okay, it's not a prime number. 4 is also not a prime number. I'll try with 4 also. So I'll give it 4, it gives false, it's not a prime number. Then I'll give it 11. 11 is a prime number, so 11, and this 11 is a prime number, so it is working. So we have defined the two methods that we need. Now what we'll do, we will run public static void main. Okay, so I'll go here, I'll write public static void main, and what I'll do is I'll give here string args. So I'll write a string and then args, then the body of this main method. Okay, so what our strategy would be is, we will ask the user to input one number. How we are going to do it? Simple. Okay, so it is giving, let me write it whole only. System dot out dot print ln and what we are going to do is I am asking the user to input a number, so I'll write enter a number. So this will enter a number. So enter a number. After this number is entered, we will store it into an variable, int variable. So I'll write int n and sc dot next int. So I'll use scanners object sc. Now if I compile, you will get one error, and that error will be this sc is undefined. So we will define this sc. So we will write scanner sc equals to new scanner, and then what I'll do is system.m. So I have made the object. Now again, if I do it, this will give an error because this is not imported. We will import java.util.scanner, and so this will work. Now what I'll do, I'll make an integer array to store all the possible circular numbers. So I'll name this array as AR so that you understand. And then what we will do is we will call what? We will call this method named circular numbers. Since this is a static method, we don't need to mention anything, we can call it directly. So I'll read this, and what I'll pass inside it, I'll pass inside it the number that we got from the user. And what it will do, it will fill it with all possible circular numbers combination. Now what I'll do, we will run a for loop and check if each number, which number is prime, which number is not prime. We will check that. So I'll write one for loop. I'll write here for int I equals to 0, then I less than how much, so it's easy, AR ka length tak. So I'll write AR dot length, and then what I'll do is I plus plus. So this for loop is running, and what this for loop will do, it will give you each number so that you can perform your checks there. So we will check each number. How we will do, we will write one if loop. First let's print that number. So I'll just copy this out. So I'll copy this and give it here, and we are going to just print that number which is in the array ith index. So I'll give I here. After printing, we are going to print whether it's prime or not. Okay, so I'll write if we will use our is prime method. So I'll write is prime. Which number are we talking about? We are talking the number in this place. So I'll pass it here. If this number is prime, what you are going to do? You are going to do a sys out. So I'll just print this, and I'll say is prime. So I'll say is prime, full stop. And if it's not the case, else, then again sys out. Let me copy this thing, Control V, and I'll say is not prime. Okay, so what it will do, it will give if it is prime or not. Now we need a flag that will say that this number is circular, prime or not. So what will go, we will build one flag. So I'll come here, I'll say boolean, and I'll name this as is circular prime equals to, say I'll write as true. Okay, now what we are going to do is, if any of the numbers is not prime, then I need to set that flag as false. So I'll come below and I say that is circular, no completion, no problem, is circular prime equals to false. No completion needed also. I am sufficient. Okay. So this way it will happen. Now after our whole for loop, this for loop is run completely. Okay. So what we are going to do? We are going to display if our number is circular prime or not. So what I'll do? I'll say if my circular, okay, the variable name is this. If this variable holds true value, then our number, which is our number, our number is NUM. So then our number is circular prime. So I'll write circular prime. And then what I'll do else. So I'll write else. Same, I'll copy this. And then say is not circular prime. So I think our code is complete. Let's run it. So compile, no error. We'll go back and we'll run this. Void main. So we'll say okay. And see, this has displayed a message here, enter a number. Let's say I entered 17. So what will happen? It converted this 17 into 71 and checked 71 is prime. 17 is prime. Therefore 17 is circular prime. So if it would be better if the here so is written or therefore something like that is written and there is a space between this. So how we are going to achieve that? Simple. Let us, and then one more thing I'll modify and tell you what I'll do. I'll write something here. So I'll say therefore, okay, and before doing therefore, what I'll want to do is I'll give one backslash n, so it will come down. Got it? And after, to separate this string and this variable, we will use plus, right? And same thing below only. So I'll write this here also. One more thing, we will remove ln from here so that they come in one line. Now save it. After that we will compile it. I think no error. Now run it. So what I'll do okay here, enter a number. I'll give a number 1 2 3 4 and enter. So it has made 4 combination and checked each of them. Only one of them is prime. So 1 2 3 4 is not a circular prime number. Let's try once again. I'll run this code. I'll give 131. It will convert all of them as 113, 311, 131. Therefore 131 is circular prime because all possible combinations are prime. So in this way you can work it out. For getting the code as it is, please write in comments, and if you have any more wise and efficient solution, please comment. Thank you so much.